So good afternoon, Your Excellencies, Your Highnesses, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank His Highness Sheikh Ahmed bin Saeed Al Maktoum for the invitation to participate in this first Accessible Summit in Dubai, to present our work to you and share our experiences in offering an exceptional service to our passengers with disabilities, otherwise called here people with determination, which is a very nice term which we like a lot. And in the airline industry, we call passengers with reduced mobilities, otherwise called as PRM. So these are Hermes Airport stakeholders. As you can see, we have 9 shareholders, 5 of them being companies from Europe, which gives us the opportunity to share experiences and have a broader network of companies. These are the 2 airports that Hermes Airports manage in Cyprus. Larnaca International Airport is the major airport of the island, and Paphos International Airport is a smaller airport in the west, and mainly tourist airports. And our premises were built in 2008 and 2009. And what is important for us is that before opening the premises, disabilities organizations and airport stakeholders were invited to see the premises and give us their valuable feedback on how to include disability and accessibility awareness in designing the premises. The mission of our company is to serve our customers by operating, innovating, etc. And by saying customers, we of course include customers with disabilities, our passengers with reduced mobility as well. Our company's strategic priorities include targets and objectives, and it includes, of course, improvement for our airport community, strengthen our relationship to the companies, with the government stakeholders, and of course, focus on people. And for us, a great importance are the people with disabilities traveling from our airport. Let me share with you some figures for the past 3 years that we have served in Larnaca and Paphos. As you can see, the numbers are growing, and sometimes at higher rates than the passenger traffic. What is important, though, is that the passengers with disabilities choose to travel in months other than the customary peak months in June, July, August, which means that accessible tourism can actually add and evenly spread the traffic around the whole year. So accessible tourism can actually boost the competitiveness of a destination. At our airports, we welcome our passengers with all forms of disabilities, regardless of age or physical condition, to whom we feel that we must offer a high level of accessible service in a friendly and accessible environment that provides for the individual needs of each passenger, which is very important. After all, the airports are the first and last impression of passengers to a country, and we know very well that a seamless travel experience at a welcoming environment adds to the positive impression of a passenger to our country, and we're famous of Cyprus hospitality anyway. Our services are compliant with EU regulations as to accessibility, and the service provision to passengers with disability in the whole Europe is provided free of charge, and the so-called PRM fee is distributed among all passengers within Europe. Our accessibility goals are to meet and exceed the requirements of the EU regulations, and in so doing, to involve the passengers with disabilities in the process. Also, our airport stakeholders take part to this involvement, and for every single passenger, we aim to provide a comfort, safe, and dignified travel experience. We also cooperate with ACI Europe by participating annually to the PRM survey and to the Facilitation and Services Committee. Also this year, we held the annual Accessibility Conference in Limassol, where 300 delegates took part, and where we also won the HR Excellence Award. As you may have heard, these practices, as well as the facilities and innovations that we will see further on, led us to winning for 2 years in a row the Accessible Airport in Europe by ACI Europe. This recognition is very important to us. We're thankful for it, but at the same time, it raises the bar even higher for us in providing an even more pleasant and travel experience for our passengers in a dignified environment. So let me share with you some initiatives we have taken, some design features we implemented at our airports, which provide a dignified travel experience for our passengers. We have designated help points at the entrances of the terminals from where a passenger can call for assistance, and an agent will go there to escort them if required with a wheelchair, otherwise, however each one wants to be escorted. We provide special designated parking spaces where we give 2 hours free parking for the passengers with disabilities. And we have the tactile blind paths which lead from the parkings to the premises. We have charging stations for passengers that have battery wheelchairs where they can charge their wheelchairs. Lower height immigration desks for passport control formalities. Even shopping trolleys at the terminal for passengers that wish to make some shopping. We have recently installed an electronic device at one of the PRM toilets, which gives a bespoke description of the room for passengers with visual impairments, and hoping they would be more able to be guided in the room unassisted by knowing what is following and where is everything in place. Since last summer, we have introduced a Border Express kiosk for passport control formalities, which are also equipped with buttons in Braille, and a passenger on wheelchair can proceed unescorted if he wants to the passport control. The changing place is the first changing place in Cyprus for use by persons with multiple and profound mobility and mental disabilities and their escorts. This room has special facilities like a hoist, like a changing table, shower facilities, in addition to the toilet and washing basin. And it was also inspected by the Cyprus Paraplegic Organization before we put it into practice. And I have to tell you that even if just a few persons use this room, it's very, very important to us to be able to give such a dignified experience for someone that would like to assist their persons and would otherwise maybe have to use a floor of a toilet to change a nappy or change clothes to their loved ones if it wasn't for this room. This room has received very, very good feedback from Europe, and we're building the same one now in Paphos Airport, which will be ready next year. We have also an Eagle passenger lifter in Larnaca, which is good to eliminate the manual handling for totally mobile passengers or passengers weight over 250 kilos. This lift can be used for both arriving and departing passengers. In April 2018, we have implemented a special program for passengers and families with autism. Under this program, we have trained the whole staff of the airport community so as to give priority to the passengers with autism, so they can travel with a seamless journey, a calm journey, without having to go through all the procedures of the airport. And also, we have uploaded in the Hermes website some material like a storybook and a toolkit, which the parents can download at home and practice like a game with their children so that they are familiarized with the airport formalities before they come to the airport. Also, for 3 years now, we're doing flight simulations in cooperation with Cyprus Airways and the Flight Safety Foundation. We invite passengers with autism and their parents to experience the airport formalities and to actually board a plane, which this year, on 22nd of October, it went around Cyprus for 20 minutes and landed again. So they had the real flight experience without being afraid of the congestions of the airport, without being afraid of the queues of the passengers, and so they will be familiarized when they decide to travel without any fear. Actually, we have received many letters from parents about these innovations, these experiences, telling us that they now dare to travel without being fear of the travel formalities. Also, for the first year, this year, we have participated in the worldwide campaign Light It Up Blue, where monuments like the Eiffel Tower, like the pyramids, like the White House, they're lit up in blue on the 2nd of April, which is the Worldwide Day for Autism. This gives the people all around the world to be familiarized with the spectrum of autism and then be more sensitive. Our new and upgraded website is fully compliant, and it's designed based on the WCAG pattern, and it's accessible for people with visual impairment and other forms of disability. In this platform, in this website, they can now find information about us accessible services at the airport, as well as other information in Cyprus, like the accessible beaches or other information related to disabilities. I have to tell you that training is very important to us, and as previously said, training is a must for the staff and for all the airport stakeholders so that they know how to handle each type of disability coming to us. So we run a disability and awareness training program in which we include manual lifting techniques, classroom theory and exercises, as well as experiential exercises for a day, we get the team to experience how it is to live with a disability, and so that to have a more sensitive and empathetic approach to the passengers when they come to be served. We have also reached beyond Cyprus and participated in national and international events and conferences, and we have also hosted visits from other European airports like Milano Airport to share valuable feedback and experiences in relation to disabled services. For the better management and special assistance process, we run a special management system, a custom-made PRM management system, which enables us to better prepare for the next day's operation, how many passengers we will have to serve. And in this procedure, we also involve the passengers by asking them to sign for the acceptance of the assistance and actually to rate each experience they have with a special agent, how happy they were, or if they have any comments to give us, something that we could correct next time. We also run a complaints management program and a recognition program for where we address every complaint, we respond to the passengers individually, and for the recognition program, we recognize the staff involved, and we present them with certificate of awareness for excellent service when they're recommended by passengers. On this, I would like to share with you, like, for instance, in 2018, we had 10 complaints for the service for the whole year, and we had 35 praise letters, which means that the service is good and the passengers do appreciate it. Caring for special groups of passengers is one of our major tasks. Like this group is a group of elderly passengers that came to Cyprus. And on this, we had made special arrangements with the government authorities and the ground handlers and the airlines so as to eliminate some requirements at the customs and speedier checks. We have even allocated airport stands as close to the terminal as possible to eliminate any walking distance for the passengers and so that they will be more comfortable walking to the terminals. Also, every year on 3rd of September, which is the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, we celebrate by offering our passengers a white rose and a greeting card from Hermes Airports, thus creating a very comfortable, a very happy environment on the day, which all the passengers appreciate when they come to Cyprus. We feel that collaborating with organizations with disability is very important, and so we seek for their feedback by inviting them to present our new facilities and innovations. All the partners can see that we in Hermes Airports develop our processes and promises, and this creates an excellent cooperation, and we have managed to create a relationship of trust and appreciation by listening to their needs and requirements. And I think you will all agree with me that nobody knows better what is needed than the persons who really need it and really use it. We also believe that collaborating with other airport stakeholders is very important, and so we do include them in every decision that we will take in regards to disability. And we always invite them before we will launch any new program. And I will tell you that we have shared some very valuable experiences with the airport partners, the government stakeholders in Cyprus, for their side of the view of how they see the disability and what we would like to be done first. In our opinion, these are the keys to offering a high-level assistance to passengers with disability. That is to have a shared vision with all the stakeholders, have a CEOs and top management support, be close to the passenger by involving, listening, and caring for them, cooperation with the disability organizations, and to recognize and evaluate performance. We're always looking ahead, and we're always trying to improve our services, and these are some new improvements that we're planning to make in the next year. In addition to the PRM new device, as I told you before, the new roommate device, and the new changing place in Paphos. In closing, we strongly believe that the key to offering a superior level assistance is to love and to care for what you do. After all, we all excel in something when we love it and we do it from our hearts. Thank you for the opportunity to present our work to you, and I wish you a fruitful summit from now on. Thank you.